New at 5, the Woody Guthrie Center downtown is featuring their Dust Bowl exhibit, as today marks the 90th anniversary of the worst day in the Dust Bowl era, known as Black Sunday.
Fox 23's Devin Lyon is live at the Woody Guthrie Center. Devin, you took a look back on this day in history and the exhibit in downtown Tulsa.
Shay and Nathan, I want you to take a step back in time with me 90 years ago to this exact day. Where I'm standing, where you're at, all the way through the Panhandle, they said a landform-like tsunami of just black dust blew across this area, completely blacking out the sun, barring any visibility for hours. What started as a nice sunny day, very hot and not a lot of wind, kind of like this one, soon became what was known as one of the worst days in the Dust Bowl era. That's exactly what an exhibit at the Woody Guthrie Center behind me is trying to convey, as well as the impact it had on the Oklahoma artist's music and songs that he wrote at this time.
A dust storm hit and it hit like thunder. It dusted us over and it covered us under, blocked out the traffic and blocked out the sun.
Sky was black, you couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Animals, humans, all, they perished. This was a horrible storm, and it really affected Woody.
At the Woody Guthrie Center in downtown Tulsa, a Dust Bowl exhibit is looking back on this day nearly a century ago.
One of our key permanent exhibits is about the Dust Bowl. That was it was a tremendous event for Oklahoma, but also for Woody Guthrie, who experienced it. People come here to learn about it. It's a huge climatological issue that we still see today. But the dust storm that really affected Woody was Black Sunday, which happened on April 14th, 1935.
The Woody Guthrie Center gives visitors a look back in time on what this day may have felt and looked like.
By about 4 p.m., the temperature, which had been about 80 degrees, plummeted as much as 50 degrees, and then the winds picked up. So it had been a relatively calm day, but then by that afternoon, the winds picked up to be as high as 70 miles per hour. And then the residents just saw this wave of dust coming in from the north and the west, and just cake the entire region in dust for the next several hours.
Dr. Matthew Pierce with the Oklahoma Historical Society tells me Black Sunday was the worst day in the Dust Bowl era, directly impacting Oklahoma, especially the Panhandle.
I think it's difficult for us to imagine the scale of these storms. The Black Sunday in particular was a massive storm. I think the National Weather Service called it to the effect of a land-based tsunami. This was just, you would just see this wall of dust coming towards you. And again, bear in mind, like earlier in the day, it was a sunny day, hot, but a sunny day. And so the contrast of that to then just be covered in dust and to be subject to total darkness in the late afternoon, that's a jarring thing that would stick in many people's minds.
American author John Steinbeck wrote in his 1939 book, The Grapes of Wrath, quote, "When the night came again, it was black night, for the stars could not pierce the dust to get down, and the window lights could not even spread beyond their own yards." These pictures from the Oklahoma Historical Society and National Archives show the large wall of dust as it rolled over the region. Katie Shaw with the Woody Guthrie Center says the work by Oklahoman Woody Guthrie at this time puts into perspective the significance this day had in state history.
And that's a song he wrote about leaving this area during the Dust Bowl. This dusty old dust is getting my home. And that song, is part of his Dust Bowl ballads that he wrote that the Smithsonian Folkways has in their collection.
So long, it's been good to know you. This dusty old dust is a-getting my home, and I've got to be drifting along.
Now, the Dust Bowl exhibit in particular at the Woody Guthrie Center is permanent, but this week only they've swapped in a few extra items that kind of portray that perspective of Black Sunday. I'm working on getting some of that info, some extra info since I am a history nerd, but also a link to the Woody Guthrie Center. I'm working on getting that up for you on fox23.com. Live in downtown Tulsa, covering news that matters, Devin Lyon, Fox 23 News.